Hello everyone and welcome to Rajput, Jain and Associate. Today in this video we will discuss about some of the basic concepts of E-way bill. So how to comply E-way bill requirements. Here are some of the steps to be followed as laid down by the GST law. The supplier shall issue the complete invoice before dispatch of the first consignment. The supplier shall issue separate delivery challans for each of the consignment and giving reference to the invoices. Separate E-way bills to be generated for each of the consignment, that is for the rotor blade, shaft and generator. Hence 3 E-way bills have to be generated for 3 delivery challans. The original copy of the invoice shall be sent along with the last consignment. The person in charge of the conveyance shall carry the delivery challan, a copy of the duly certified original invoice and E-way bill for the respective consignment. Now who should generate E-way bill? A registered person, that is a consignor, supplier or consignee or recipient. The transporter if neither of the above generates the E-way bill. E-way bill required in above situation arises when consignment delivery is outsourced to a transporter who brings the goods from supplier's warehouse to his warehouse for further distribution across the country. Now what are the details required for issuing E-way bill? First of all, the invoice, bill of supply or delivery challan related to the consignment of goods. Transport by road, then it would require the transporter ID or the vehicle number. In case of transport by rail, air or ship, the transporter ID, transport document number and the date on the document. In the above situation, a user must comply law through the issue of delivery challan, and to understand the use of this document is important. Now what is a delivery challan? A GST tax invoice is issued when a supply of goods or service is made or when payment has to be made by the recipient. In some situations, the movement of goods or provision of service may not necessarily result in sale. There may be cases where goods are delivered in parts. This may be because of the size of goods like as above mentioned. In such cases, instead of a tax invoice, a delivery challan is issued for the transportation of goods. After the goods have been transported using a delivery challan, the supplier is required to issue a tax invoice for a delivery of goods. Now when a delivery challan is issued? The following are the instances defined under the law when a delivery challan is issued. So first one is supply of liquid gas where the quantity at the time of removal from the place of business is not known. Next is transportation of goods for job work, transportation of goods for reasons other than by way of supply, other supplies as notified by the board. Now who should issue the delivery challan? The supplier shall issue the delivery challan and it is to be carried out by the person in charge of a conveyance. A transporter has to issue delivery challan where transportation is outsourced. All in all, the E-way bill brings uniform rules which will be applicable throughout the country. The digital interface will facilitate faster movement of goods. It is bound to improve the turnaround time of vehicle and help the logistic industry reducing the time travel, unnecessary documentation as well as cost. Now cases when E-way bill is not required. In the following cases, it is not necessary to generate E-way bill. The mode of transport is non-motor vehicle, or the goods transported from custom ports, airport, air cargo complex or land custom stations to inland container depots, container freight station for clearance by custom. Goods transport under custom supervision or under custom seal. Next, good transported under custom bond from ICD to custom port or from one custom station to another. Then the transit cargo transported to or from Nepal or Bhutan. Then the movement of goods caused by defense formation under the Ministry of Defense as a consignor or consignee. Then comes the empty cargo containers being transported, or where the consignor transporting goods to or from place of business and a weighbridge for weightment at a distance of 20 kilometers accompanied by a delivery challan. Next one is goods being transported by rail where the consignor of goods is the central government, state government or any local authority. Then comes the good specified as exempt from E-way bill requirement in the respective state or union territory GST rules. Then comes the transport of certain specified goods that are provided in the annexure to Rule 138.14, that is the goods that are treated not as a supply as per Schedule 3 of CGST Act. It is to be noted that Part B of E-way bill is not required to be filed where the distance between the consignor and the consignee is less than 50 kilometers and the transport is within the same state. Now next we come on to the validity of E-way bill. So an E-way bill is valid for period as listed below, which is based on the distance travelled by the goods. So the validity is calculated from the date and time of generation of E-way bill. So for this we have two types of goods. So first one is other than over-dimensional cargo. So in that case, if in case the distance is less than 100 kilometers, the validity would be of 1 day, and for every additional 100 kilometers or part thereof, there would be an additional 1 day added to it. Now in case of over-dimensional cargo, in case the distance is less than 20 kilometers, the validity would be of 1 day, and in case of every additional 20 kilometers or part thereof, additional 1 day would be added. So the validity of E-way bill can be extended as well. So the generator of the E-way bill has to extend the same either 4 hours before the expiry or within 4 hours after expiry of E-way bill. So this was all about E-way bill and its different aspects. If you want to know more about it, contact Rajput, Jain and Associates. Thank you.